Welcome back to the Testpod, and Clayton, please introduce yourself first.
Thank you, Ness. So, Clayton Baxter, I'm based in the UK, and I'm the VP for the EMEA and APAC GSI business at Tricentis.
And we have talked a little bit about the current state of the market and what's happening around quality and testing at the moment. So what's your view of the market at the moment?
Really good question. So the market is super hot right now. There's so much going on. There really is. There's a big wave of S4HANA migrations, of course, with SAP, and that'll get even bigger over the next few years. We have the application modernization programs with a big move from on-prem to cloud or on-prem to hybrid. Then, of course, AI, Gen AI, ChatGPT, which currently has taken over the world. So my daughter, she started high school last week and is already using Gen AI to do her homework. It's scary. It really is. It really is. For me, however, I'm just really happy to see that for the first time in many a year, QA really has a seat at the top table for the first time, which is fantastic. We're loving it right now. We really are.
And being on the top, the topics that we are looking at, and there are lots of them, but one of the topics that comes up, and we're going to talk a lot about it, is SAP testing.
Of course, yes, certainly.
So what's there?
Really good question. So we signed our program with SAP a couple of years ago now, and it's been a huge success. It really has. We've had some great wins together already at the likes of Volvo Cars, with your teams, in fact, and most recently Novo Nordisk and IKEA. But still, there were tens of thousands of customers yet to make that move. There's a tsunami of S4 RFPs coming your way, coming our way for 2024, 25, 26. And we can really help to de-risk and accelerate this process for customers. But also, they need your help. People don't really have the skills in-house for this, so they need to bring a specialist like Sogeti and CAP to help with tools, processes, knowledge transfer, tips and tricks, and how do we make this move. They cannot DIY. We did a webinar with CAP Sogeti Friday last week, and we had 1,300 people register, which was super cool, to tell people about how working with CAP Sogeti, SAP, and Tricentis can move you from ECC to S4 successfully.
And people who working with SAP know this, but SAP has said to their customers that you have to do the move. You have to do it in 3 years,
exactly.
2 years.
So the deadline is 2027 right now. So many customers have made the move, but many haven't. So effectively, for the rest of this year, next year, year after, they'll be moving there in droves. They really will.
So what is it something special that you, because you talked about processes, tooling, is it the whole spectrum when it comes to SAP testing?
Okay, so our platform can really help to de-risk and accelerate this migration process, basically. And of course, if you're an SAP customer, SAP runs your crown jewels as a business. When you're making that move, you want to be in a safe pair of hands.
And talking to you before this interview, I said that we have to talk about Tosca. And you said, we were called the Tosca guys. Oh,
we were. Really good point. So I joined Tricentis in 2018. And in my second month, I got sent to a user conference in India. And we had 2,000 people in one room. And that made me realize how big the Tosca brand name is in the market. However, since 2018, our portfolio has really broadened somewhat. So now we have performance testing with Neoload, we have impact tools with Live Compare, we have test management with Qtest, and then the data side of things with our Tosca DI platform. So effectively, you're right. 2018, we were the Tosca company, but now our platform, our offering, our go-to-market is far broader, and we think of it now as a continuous delivery platform for our clients and partners.
We talked a little bit about one of the tools that we are using in our DevOps teams, for instance. Like it's a go-to tool, Tosca.
It is. So it's certainly right now within CAP Sogeti, you have over 10,000 people trade enabled on our platform. And most recently, we've been embedded into your large transformation program methodology on how CAP Sogeti will approach S4 project, which is fantastic.
Looking at your website, for instance, describing it is you have a lot of tools, a lot of methods, and I think that people are zooming in on Tosca. Is there something else except for SAP that you want to bring? This is also very important.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I think of Tosca for the Lord of the Ring fans as that one ring to rule them all, effectively. So yes, we play heavily in the SAP space, but equally, Tosca supports Salesforce, Oracle, Pega, ServiceNow et al. Basically. So with one user interface, one simple platform, you can automate your end-to-end application stack, and that's a really important part.
And always at the end of these test pods, I ask the question, how to be successful around quality engineering and testing. And that's a very broad question, and it's an answer from a different answer.
Yeah.
So what's your opinion? And I always also ask, do you have a roadmap? Do you have the 1, 2, 3 recipe moving forward to being successful around?
Of course. So I'd say to be successful in this space, to be successful with your application modernization projects, quality assurance cannot be an afterthought. It cannot be done at the 11th hour, a week before you go live, basically. Bake quality assurance in how you go to market and bake it early in to the dev life cycle is really important. And that will ensure that when your application goes live, it'll work with minimal problems.
We had to TestExpo. Have you seen any tools or something that you have spoken to the people here about some certain topics? Huh?
No, good question. So I must say, this event's fantastic. Great venue, and there are so many people here. I must say, Sogeti in the Nordics, it's a real draw for clients. And it's great to see that the QA topic is so hot. And now it's bringing out clients from huge organizations all over Stockholm to come to the event today. It's really enjoying it.
Thank you, Clayton.
Thanks very much, Jonas.